Okay, so today we are installing a couple of exhaust valve seats in this Rolls-Royce Phantom 3 cylinder head. So we had two cracked ones, and I was able to get them out. Since they were broken, they were cracked on two places, I was able to sort of collapse them and work them out. It's not always very easy. It can be very difficult since they are a very hard material. And on this one, I had to dress the recess a little bit because it was a little marred up. And I had to run a tap through there to help out the threads, because these are a threaded in valve seat, which is much superior to a pressed in type. And for aluminum cylinder heads, Phantom 1, Phantom 2, Phantom 3, and even post-war, they used a threaded in valve seat for Rolls-Royce and Bentley. So this is a new old stock one. So then it has the squared off splines. This is my reproduction type, which just has a rounded off spline. And this is a seat on a tool for the installation. So again, I have this port ready, and I'm going to install that valve seat, and then we'll move to the next one, and I'll show you how I dress the area, straighten out the thread, and put in that one. And this is an intake seat, so they're a little bit bigger, which is typical for a lot of engines. They would have a bigger intake valve and a smaller exhaust valve. All right, so I'm going to show you the other one here so you have a better idea what the port looks like, and also the port. So yeah, so that is where it threads into, and this is the one on the other side, and you can see it has a couple marks in it as well. So I'll dress those out, straighten out the threads nicely. They just need a little bit, and then we'll thread in, put some Loctite on, and thread in the other valve seat. What's interesting is post-war V8 cars use the exact same valve seat. I just discovered that not too long ago because it has the exact same part number. So I guess they felt it was a good design, and they probably had a box of them from when they produced the Phantom 3, and they figured, well, we'll use these in the V8s. So we're going to put on a bunch of Loctite. On a taper as well as the thread. And then we'll work it home. I like using the mill to center things up and to keep things going in nicely and to tighten things down. And you want them as tight as possible, because you don't want any risk of these coming back out on you. So then we get our tool back out, and I'm just going to put it on the next one just so that it's sort of there and ready. So now I'm going to set up on the next one. think I'm going to have to shift some things around and get things set up, so I'll just take a break for a moment. So this is a very difficult shot to get here, but I'll do my best. So we have the edge finder in place, so if I throw it off and then we go down in there, and then we can very lightly move the table to square up. And that looks pretty good and square. So I'll demonstrate this on just a plain hole so you have a better idea how this works. After I do everything I need to do on this seat. So now we're centered on the guide. And we're going to take our edge finder out, or our center finder out, and put in our cutter to cut the angle. So I take our collet out. I gotta lower the mill bed down. A fair amount. In order to get the cutter in. Now I have a little bit of relief here, but it'll still want to scrape right in here. But that's not really a big issue that I worry about much. I'm just going to cut some of that away to have a little bit more relief. Oh. Whoever initially wired up this mill hooked it up backwards, and I still need to reverse it at some point. Okay, so now I'm going to dress down that area. Oh, did it again. Since I gotta tighten down the table lock a little more. I usually don't go for zero. If we have a nice clean material above and below what imperfections, then that's good, because you're not going to put new material on. So now I got to get the cutter out of the way since I'm using Loctite in there to seal or to make sure that the seat stays in place, I don't like to use any cutting fluid, because that may interfere with the Loctite. Up and down, up and down. So that feels good. So now we'll permanently install this one.